Hi everyone, welcome to Medicine YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to see about granulation tissue. Granulation tissue is a newly proliferated tissue that is formed during healing of wound by secondary intention. It is a newly formed tissue. It is formed due to the healing of wound by secondary intention. Granulation tissue is formed by the proliferation of the fibroblast and the neovascularization from the adjoining viable element. It is deep red granules and very fragile. Granulation tissue is formed by the proliferation of the fibroblast and the neovascularization tissue for adjoining viable elements, and this granulation tissue is formed by the fibroblast and the neovascularization form which adjoins the viable element. It is deep red, granular and very fragile. The phases of this granulation tissue formation are phase of inflammation, phase of clearance and phase of growth granulation tissue. The phase of inflammation, in this phase the acute inflammatory response occurs with the exudation of plasma neutrophil and some monocyte with 24 hours. The blood clot forms and site of trauma after the injury. The phase of clearance, the necrotic tissue debris and the RBCs are removed from the site by proteolytic enzymes liberated from the neutrophils, autolytic enzymes from the dead tissue cells and the phagocytic activity of the macrophages. These are the two stages. The phase of inflammation. In this phase, there is inflammatory response occurs and the exudation of the plasma neutrophil and some monocytes within 24 hours is there, and the blood clot is formed at the site of trauma after the injury. The phase of clearance. It is a necrotic tissue debris. The RBCs are removed from the site by the proteolytic enzyme liberated from the neutrophil, autolytic enzymes from the dead tissue cells and phagocytic activity of the macrophages. The phase of growth and granulation tissues. This is the phase where the two main things happens. The first one is angiogenesis and the second one is fibrous tissue formation. These are the two steps which happens in this phase of growth of the granulation tissue. The angiogenesis, which is a neovascularization. New blood vessels are formed at the site of the injury by proliferating of the endothelial cells from the margin of the served blood vessels. Angiogenesis, which is a new neovascularization where the new blood cells are formed and proliferated the endothelial cells from the margin of served blood vessels. Initially there is solid, but with a few hours there is developed lumen starting carrying the blood. When the new blood vessels form, initially it was a solid, but after a few hours it develops into the start and carrying blood. There are leaky in the beginning but soon differentiated into muscular arterioles, thin wall venules and true capillaries. This process is influenced by the following, which is the endothelial cell growth factor, type 4 collagen and other components of matrix negative. The fibrous tissue formation. New fibrous originates from the fibrocyte by the mitotic division of the fibroblast. The fibrils behind to appear by about the birthday. The number of new fibroblasts in the blood vessels decreases. When there is more amount of the fibroblasts, the blood vessels decreases, and more amount of collagen as the maturation advances. These are the two stages. First, where there is initially there is a neovascularization, the new proliferation of the endothelial cells in the margin and served with blood. New blood vessels are formed, and then the new blood vessels are initially they are like a solid, but after that they form lumens and carry blood in that. First they will be very leaky. After that it gets differentiated into muscular arterioles, thin wall venules and true capillaries. And this process is influenced by the two things, which is endothelial growth factor and type 4 collagen and the other components. The fibrous tissue formation. A new fibrous tissue originates from the fibrocytes by mitotic division of the fibroblast, and these fibrils appear on the birthday, and the number of fibroblasts in the blood vessels decreases. There is number of new fibroblasts, there is number of new fibroblasts are more, and the blood vessels are decreased, and there is more amount of collagen formation, and the maturation advances. This is the formation of the granulation tissue. Thank you. That's all about the granulation tissue and its formation. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. If you have any doubt on it, please do comment it. If you want more videos, please do subscribe. Thank you.